Kiev may commit acts of sabotage under the Russian flag in Romania and Poland in order to create a casus belli for war between Russia and NATO, Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova stated, citing Hungarian media. Several Hungarian media outlets simultaneously reported on Zelenski's plans to carry out acts of sabotage in Romania and Poland with the aim of blaming Russia. So, Bankova is plotting its own Gleiwitz incident, with the aim of creating a casus belli for a war between Russia and NATO, she wrote on Telegram. In her message, Zakharova cited an article from the Hungarian publication Pestisrakok, which cited strange news circulating on Telegram. According to the article, Ukraine could repair several downed or intercepted Russian UAVs and equip them with combat strike elements. They would then fly these UAVs, disguised as Russian drones, to major NATO transport hubs in Poland and Romania and conduct a disinformation campaign in Europe to blame Moscow. Unleash an armed conflict between the Russian Federation and NATO, Zakharova presented as the final point of Zelensky's plan. For this provocation, refurbished Russian Geran drones were brought to the Yavoriv training ground in western Ukraine. If all this is confirmed, then we must admit, never in modern times has Europe been so close to the outbreak of World War III, she concluded. In June, Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Alexander Pankin warned that a Third World War could lead to the destruction of civilization. Pankin also expressed skepticism about the possibility of reforming the UN. He believed that a complete restructuring of the organization would be more effective than attempts to modernize existing mechanisms. Earlier, Vedomosti published a study on the future of the global order. In the study, experts analyzed key global risks and challenges, their potential development trajectories through 2035, and discussed options for international cooperation to achieve sustainable development goals, reduce inequality, and ensure economic growth. Analysts have concluded that the current model of global development is in deep crisis. Unipolar globalization is losing its momentum, but its death throes are generating new conflicts and instability. A multipolar model, based on regionalization and the coexistence of multiple systems with different rules, could become an alternative. Such a structure, with multiple centers of power, is already beginning to emerge. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, speaking at the United Nations on Friday, vowed to continue Israel's war against Hamas in the Gaza Strip. According to Associated Press, Netanyahu catalogued Israeli victories against Hamas and other militant groups backed by Iran in a speech that detailed Hamas's actions on October 7, 2023, when the militant group attacked Israel, killing 1,200 people and took hostages, 48 of whom remain in Gaza, according to Israeli tallies. "We're wiping out the terror regime of Hamas and ensuring that this savagery will never threaten Israel again," Netanyahu said. Israel's military response has killed more than 65,000 people in Gaza, according to local health officials, and left much of the territory in ruins. Scores of delegates exited the hall as Netanyahu took the stage while attendees in the balcony rose to their feet to give him a standing ovation.
Please, order in the hall. Please, order in the hall, and please be seated. Please, order in the hall.
Mr. President, the families of our dear hostages languishing in the dungeons of Gaza. Ladies and gentlemen, last year, I stood at this podium and I showed this map. This map. It shows the curse of Iran's terror axis. This axis threatened the peace of the entire world. It threatened the stability of our region and the very existence of my country, Israel. Iran was rapidly developing a massive nuclear weapons program and a massive ballistic missile program. These were meant not only to destroy Israel, they were meant also to threaten the United States and blackmail nations everywhere. From Gaza, Yahya Sinwar dispatched waves of Hamas terrorists. They stormed into Israel on October 7th and committed acts of unspeakable savagery. From Lebanon, Hassan Nasrallah had launched thousands of missiles and rockets at our cities, terrorizing our citizens. In Syria, the murderous dictator Assad hosted Iran's forces, tightening a noose of death around our throats. In Yemen, the Houthis launched ballistic missiles at Israel while choking global trade at the mouth of the Red Sea. So what's happened over the past year? We've hammered the Houthis, including yesterday. We crushed the bulk of Hamas's terror machine. We crippled Hezbollah, taking out most of its leaders and much of its weapons arsenal. You remember those beepers, the pagers? We paged Hezbollah, and believe me, they got the message. And thousands of terrorists dropped to the ground. We destroyed Assad's armaments in Syria. We deterred Iran's Shiite militias in Iraq. And most importantly, and above anything else that I could say to you or that we did in this past year, in this past decade, we devastated Iran's atomic weapons and ballistic missiles programs. So here's where things stand today. Half the Houthi leadership in Yemen, gone. Yahya Sinwar in Gaza, gone. Hassan Nasrallah in Lebanon, gone. The Assad regime in Syria, gone. Those militias in Iraq, well, they're still deterred. And their leaders, if they attack Israel, will also be gone. And for Iran's top military commanders and its top atomic bomb scientists, well, they're gone too.